Humbled to be here on episode 26 of JPJ Health and Wellness. Today, I'm going to recap on the last um, 7 days that I've been out of commission. Um, but that being said, I want to keep things really brief for the simple fact that uh, the last 5 days for me, I came down with the vid, right? I caught COVID. Today is my last day in isolation, which is why I took the time to heal as much as possible before airing a new episode out for you guys. Um, I didn't want you to see any of the mess in between then and now. And the simple truth, in terms of my mental wellness, the first thing that triggered to my mind on why I didn't come out with any videos in the last week or so is because I just wanted to leave every little ounce of the possibility of me projecting my current pain on my audience, yet alone the world, right? I like to think and heal in silence. And all praise to the Most High. I'm here. Thank God. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like this is the right time to air out another episode for you guys. And there's not much to say. It's basically just an update on my health, right? And how I'm doing mentally. Um, and that's a little bit that I do want to talk about. I've gone through the pitfalls and the highs of the last couple of days. The pitfalls more in the beginning of me catching COVID, right? And the highs more towards the back end, like right now, of me handling COVID, right? And I'm not completely home free yet, but I am to a point where mentally and in terms of my wellness, I'm at the right point where I can um, be open without a shadow of a doubt, uh, share um, how I'm feeling and this part of my journey, my health and wellness journey. Um, that being said, um, I will save a little part of this segment because it has to do with my wellness and the truth and the reality of COVID for last. But in terms of my health, I believe it was last Monday or Sunday that I posted any content for you guys. And I believe it's been about close to 2 weeks since I have done any cardio or done anything really excessive, right? And I did take the time to do some maintenance the last 2 days before I did catch COVID. But I want to give you guys a straight baseline and truth with just something that has aligned with me over the course of COVID, and a little silly joke that um, don't be taken out of context, as I will explain thoroughly what it means to me about my experience hand with COVID. Uh, and that is the imminent seriousness of the matter of COVID. Um, the protocols I haven't been taking lightly, the isolation, the quarantine that the world has gone into a global shutdown hasn't gone over my head as I took COVID seriously from the very beginning, right? With protocols for the last 2 years, 2.5 about years that I haven't come down with the COVID, and coming face to face with it firsthand, the first thoughts that came to mind were I'm face to face with death, and the thoughts that crossed my mind in terms of my wellness psychologically were that there were so many people and so many people that are and have been affected by COVID for the worse, and many, many, many lives that have been affected and have been taken because of COVID, right? And um, I never took it lightly, but those thoughts more so crossed my mind as I was facing it firsthand and am currently facing it firsthand. Um, that's how I felt. Uh, the feelings have more so faded as I had a running joke with myself that came about 3 days in to me catching COVID, and I won't give any more exact dates on my experience with this virus because I feel it's unnecessary and I feel like I don't want to put that uh, personal information out there as far as it could go. I'll let it go. And 3 days into COVID, this running joke crossed my mind as there was pain in the beginning and it was painful, right? To an extent, I told myself on the third day, around roughly the third day, this little joke where I told myself that if there's gonna be any day that I'm faced with death, I'm gonna die in good spirits. And I had myself a few laughs and internally lightened up my mindset and my heart, as I didn't want to, by choice, didn't want to um, have this current crisis and think to myself, woe is me, you know, how how horrible is this to happen to me? And the truth of the matter is that I took myself out of that mindset. Those thoughts as a human being come naturally. So, which is why I'm sharing it with you guys, because I don't want to dismiss the fact that I am also just a human being, and I don't think humanly thoughts. Yes, I do think humanly thoughts, and they have crossed my mind, which is why I'm sharing them to a certain extent. But there came a point in this process where I drew the line, and I told myself that I'm gonna look on, if there was one, and the truth of the matter is, in any negative situation, there is always a more optimistic and brighter side to a situation. And that's what I drew the line at around roughly 3 days. Um, I told myself that I wasn't going to dwell on this situation and let it be what it will be. And I had a very optimistic perspective from the beginning. I'm sharing how I felt and those emotions which I anticipated would be fleeting have fled. And now I'm here sharing with you guys from a place of peace with this situation, that I am on a much brighter side of COVID. And it wasn't the most pretty process. It wasn't the most easy thing to endure. But, we're here. And my mindset, my wellness is being taken care of. I am doing what's necessary to better my physical health. But pouring out these thoughts and these feelings from the place of, I'd like to describe it as a safe place to you guys, is what's more important to me, the wellness of this situation, and anyone who has been through this situation, quite frankly, can possibly relate, and anyone who will possibly go through the situation, which I don't wish on anyone. God willing, you never have to experience this situation. God willing, you won't have to face these thoughts or challenges in your future or your present, is what I would like to leave you with today. And this is episode 26 of JPJ Health and Wellness. And I'll catch y'all to a brighter day.